It's Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. I want to thank all of you for tuning in today. And I want to thank you for, taking 15 to 20 minutes to spend with me. I know you have a lot of choices out there in regards to channels. Your time is precious. I realize that. So I want to thank every one of you for taking 15 to 20 minutes out of your day, spending it right here, leaving a comment down below. As always, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on any of this stuff. But I want to start today's video getting back into what we were talking a bit about yesterday, and this is the Russian Ukraine war and the U.S. provoking World War III. Russia says Ukraine attacked it using U.S. long-range missiles, signals it's ready for nuclear response. This on CNBC today. Moscow has signaled to the West that it is ready for a nuclear confrontation. This is getting very, very concerning. And I don't know about all of you, but do you really want to send your kids to a war over to Eastern Europe? Are your kids willing to die for Ukraine? I would bet that you probably would say no. Most people don't even know where Ukraine is. Most people never even heard of Ukraine until just a few years ago. But this is really escalating, and it's getting very, very serious. Another article today on CNBC, Russia-U.S. tensions hit global markets as Putin lowers the threshold for a nuclear strike. I want to ask all of you right now, who in the world is running this country at the moment? I don't know where Joe is. I don't know where Harris is. Why are we escalating things as we have a new administration coming in January? Why is this present administration escalating things, and who's really behind this? Is it Joe? I don't know. Who is running the country right now? Because when I saw Joe a couple days ago, he looked lost. And this is really scary stuff. We're talking about a nuclear superpower, Russia, and now we are shooting, or we're allowing Ukraine to shoot U.S. missiles deep into Russia. This is a big, big mistake. Again, why are we provoking Russia this late in the game as a new administration is coming in very, very shortly? Are you concerned about this? Are you worried about this? Many people might just, they're more concerned about who's playing football this weekend. I get it. But I would be very, very concerned, because this is serious. And I think personally, Russia has shown a lot of constraint, control with everything that's been going on. And I'm not sitting here taking sides, Ukraine, Russia, but I don't want to see, as I've said many, many times, I don't want to see Ukrainian people die. I don't want to see Ukrainian soldiers die. I don't want to see Russians die. I don't want to see people around the world die, because if this gets out of control and it goes nuclear, there's going to be a lot of people that will be deleted from planet Earth. So we need to get this under control quickly, but we're doing the opposite. We're provoking more tension over there. And why we're so tangled up with Ukraine? I mean, yes, the precious minerals over there, the rare earth minerals, the farmland, BlackRock with reconstruction. There's billions, trillions of dollars on the line over there. And of course, we don't get involved with wars over broccoli and lettuce. But when it comes to oil, when it comes to gold, when it comes to reconstruction, then we get involved. But there's a lot of things going on over there. And I don't think that you want to be sending your kids over to this war. I think this is going to be a big, big mistake. And I just hope that they don't set things off before this new administration comes in and leaves Trump with a gigantic mess to untangle, with people dying. There are people losing their lives because we are sending more money and more weapons, more munitions over there, extending this war that should have been over a long time ago. 89% of Americans say they do not consider themselves wealthy. Here's what stands in the way. Well, what stands in the way is high cost and home prices. Everything has gone up from 4 years ago. Home prices are out of control. Home insurance, health insurance, gas prices, food prices, you name it, everything has gone up. So everybody's feeling not wealthy. They're feeling poor because 80% of this country now is living paycheck to paycheck. People are having to work harder and longer, and they're making less. So the average American does not feel wealthy for those reasons. Here's another one today. Second undersea communications cable cut between Finland and Germany. When a cable breaks, it raises the questions as to why it happened and who might have a motive to do something like this. And this is happening literally daily now. These undersea communications cables, the internet cables. Now, in this one, they're saying that very few countries have the ability to be able to do this. Of course, America does, and Russia does. We have submarines that can do this, that can get down that low and dismantle these cables. So is Russia doing this? Is America doing this? Is Israel doing this? I have no idea. Young adults are holding off moving out of their parents' house because here's what's behind the trend. They're broke. Tons of student loan debt, inflation, cost of living. 1 in 3 adults, 18 to 34 in the United States, are living with at least one of their parents. What's also very interesting is when you look at how many of these young people who have moved out that are not living with their parents are still paying part of their rent, they're paying their cell phone bills, or they're making their car payment for them. So even though many adults, young adults have moved out, they're still dependent on their parents to help with their rent or their car payments or their phone bills or their food bills. So this is not a good sign for the U.S. economy. So let me know your thoughts on that. But it looks like a lot of parents out there are financing the lives of many of their children. Survey, 43% of consumers heading into holiday season with debt. This on chainstoreage.com. 49% of Americans plan to take on debt this holiday season. 21% say they don't care about making good financial decisions during the holidays. They're going to live for today. The party goes on, ladies and gentlemen. 16% plan to open a new credit card just for the holiday. Think about that. 16% plan on opening up another credit card just for the holiday. This is really reckless, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope if you're watching this and thinking about doing this, I pray to God you don't do it. When you look at the APR in these credit cards, the amount of debt that the average person is taking on and what we are heading into as a nation, look, I pray to God that we see a miracle take place in 2025, but I don't think it's going to be this easy. I think that you better be prepared to deal with a very, very bumpy road in 2025. I don't think it's going to be that easy. And with everything, the chaos now happening around the world with these wars in the Middle East and over in Ukraine, anything can happen. So be cautious. United States Postal Service incurs $9.5 billion loss despite raising stamp prices. You keep raising prices, and less people are going to use the postal service. It's getting too expensive, and people are just saying, "I'm not gonna pay this. I'm not gonna do it." And so now we have a $9.5 billion loss at the United States Postal Service. I'll tell you another failing government entity, ladies and gentlemen. You leave it to the government; they know how to run things out of business, don't they? They know how to go into debt very, very quickly, don't they? Again, another example of just how poorly run the United States government is and how they can literally run anything out of business. Boeing to lay off roughly 2,200 Washington workers 5 days before Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas to all these Boeing workers. And let's not forget, it's going to be what, over 17,000 in January. It's absolutely amazing to see the markets at all-time highs when I'm reading this data to all of you, reporting this news to all of you, markets at all-time highs. Now, I thought this was interesting. Jersey Mike's being sold to Blackstone, not BlackRock, Blackstone. So Jersey Mike's now selling out for $8 billion. I want to see how quickly the quality of Jersey Mike's now falls. Now that it's going to be headed by this or purchased by this hedge fund. And I think Jersey Mike's has already, in my opinion, gone downhill a bit. Not as much as many other chains, but I think that I've definitely seen a decrease in the quality of their food. Their sandwiches have definitely gotten smaller. But what's going to happen now that they're purchased by Blackstone? So Jersey Mike sells out for $8 billion. What are your thoughts on that? Probably, probably don't even care. But look, another giant hedge fund now owns another part of another American food chain. So you look at, the BlackRocks, the Vanguards, all this institutional money coming in, buying up restaurant chains, buying up homes, and they're literally going to own everything, right? So everywhere you go, from town to town, many cities just look alike now. They have a Costco, they have a Walmart, they have a Lowe's, they have a Home Depot, they have a Jersey Mike's, they have a Taco Bell, they have a McDonald's, they have a Starbucks. There you go. That literally looks like every town in America now. Walmart beats lifts outlook for third time as increasingly more wealthy Americans trade down to big box retailer. I don't think this is a good sign for the economy either. People making more money now are forced to shop at Walmart. People that would never shop at Walmart now shopping at Walmart. And what does this mean for other retailers that these people used to shop at? Apparently they're not shopping at those places anymore. They're shopping at Walmart. So what's happening to the places that these wealthy Americans once shopped at? If they're not shopping there, they're probably in big trouble. So good for Walmart as we get more and more corporate and our cities look more and more like one another every day. Walmart, Costco, Starbucks, McDonald's, Jersey Mike's. This was an interesting article on MSN today. Beware of the bro economy. And I'll just kind of hit some bullet points here. But we have really seen things, especially in the markets, supercharged after this election. And we really do live in a very unusual time where the new administration hasn't even come in yet, and people are celebrating like things are already fixed. And I'm very optimistic. I see some really good ideas. I see things heading in the right direction, but I'm not naive, neither are you. We got a long way to go. We're $36 trillion in debt. This country is bankrupt. We have some very nefarious players in Washington, and this is not going to be an easy task to turn this around. 2 in 5 American adults engage in sports betting. 1 in 4 online bettors has wagered more than $500 in a single day. 40% said that they bet more than they should. And this makes a lot of sense because you're seeing this type of betting mentality now on Wall Street, in the cryptos, where you have a lot of younger people who've never seen a downturn, have never seen a recession, depression. I did witness 2008, and it was devastating. And I saw how long it took for the markets, for real estate to come back, and how it wiped out a lot of people who never came back. But we have this betting mentality today that, we have a new administration, everything's going to be fine. Cryptos, they're all going to go up. Stock market, all going to go up. Nothing can happen. Nothing can go wrong. Nothing can collapse. Just keep, betting on black. 1 in 3 young people has traded in or used crypto. Many using credit cards to pay to buy those cryptos. They're using credit cards to buy stocks. They're using credit cards, ladies and gentlemen, to gamble. And this is what is going on in today's society, what's happening in these markets. People are gambling, even people in real estate, gambling. People that got into short-term rentals, Airbnb, VRBO. Oh, I'm going to go buy 3 houses, and I'm going to rent them all out, and I'm going to be a real estate tycoon. And they gambled, and now they're losing. But we have a lot of people who, yes, they love betting on sports, but now these markets are a sport. The cryptos are a sport. Wall Street is a sport. People aren't buying to hold for 10 or 20 years. And they're going to have all these stocks to retire, or I'm going to buy a bunch of cryptos because when I retire in 20 years, I'm going to cash it in. No, they're buying stuff today, hoping that it gets supercharged, and next week they can sell it and make thousands of dollars. And so we're seeing this betting mentality in today's society, and I think this is extremely dangerous. I think it ends really, really bad for millions of people. People aren't investing. They are straight up gambling. I don't believe that the cryptos are a safe haven. I believe they are a gamble. You can go to Vegas, you can gamble, you can make lots of money gambling. You can get into cryptos, gamble, and you can make lots of money. You can lose lots of money. All this stuff can go to zero very, very quickly. It's called a rug pull. Be very, very cautious where you're putting your money, what you're gambling on, and you better be diverse. You better have some cash out of the system. You better have some gold. You better have some silver, and you better really be paying attention to what is going on right now, because things are going so fast. They're accelerating so fast. You do not know what you're going to wake up to tomorrow. Warren Buffett, worried. Should you be too? Ask yourself, should you be worried right now? Warren Buffett says some indicators are very frothy and stretched. Should you be worried, ladies and gentlemen? As I leave you today, it's a question that if you would, please comment down below. Are you worried about where we're at right now, where these markets are at, all-time highs? I mean, it is unbelievable where all this is going. Bitcoin going to, just absolutely ballistic. And if you have some, God bless you. I hope you're making money. I hope you pulled some money out. Gold had another very nice day today, but why is gold going up? Something's going on. If gold is going back up, there is some type of fear, uncertainty going on. I'd be very, very cautious right now about what's happening with Russia, Ukraine, and the Middle East. We can get sucked into a war here very, very quickly, and this is going to be very, very bad for the United States of America. I believe these markets are completely propped up. I believe we're going to see a major crash, a major rug pull, and we're going to see a lot of people decimated when this happens. People who just never thought it could happen, that nothing bad could happen. There'd never be a crash, never be a correction. Again, most people have never seen a crash. They don't remember, or they were too young to remember what happened in 2008. It wasn't that long ago. This is going to be much worse. The debts, the deficits are way worse than what we were dealing with back in '08. The inflation, the real inflation today, way worse. The geopolitical uncertainty, the political uncertainty, this war, excuse me, this is really, really bad stuff. The commercial real estate apocalypse, the housing collapse that we're watching right now take place. Homes are not selling. This is a complete mess that we have on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. But we're just told that, look, just buy cryptos and get in the stock market and everything's going to be fine. How much longer that goes on, I have no idea. But something is very off here. Something is not making sense. And I think many of you do not trust what's going on either. When they pull the rug out in these markets and with these cryptos, it is going to be catastrophic. And it is, in my opinion, going to happen. I pray to God it doesn't. I really pray to God it doesn't. I don't want to see people get hurt. I don't want to see people get wiped out. But this euphoria that's taking place now, where everybody is just buying whatever and hoping that it just goes up and up and up, how much longer does it go on? We are seeing cracks in the dam right now. Many of you realize this. You know this. You're preparing for this. But, I mean, I do believe that, something could happen that is out of our control, could happen in the Middle East, could happen over in Eastern Europe, and we wake up to, a different world. So be very, very careful out there. Most of all, be praying for this country, ladies and gentlemen. 2025, I pray to God that it's a euphoric year and everything is fixed. But if you don't believe this is going to be fixed in 2025, you better be prepared. You better not be naive. You better not be drinking the Kool-Aid. You better be preparing the best that you can and looking out for your family. So say your prayers, walk close to God. It's an interesting time to be alive, no doubt about it. I've never seen so much take place as we're seeing now. And it's another reason why you need to be responsible and as self-sufficient as possible as a human being, to look out for you, your family, to be able to protect your assets, and to be able to have a future. Because a lot of people, we're going to see this wealth transfer continue. And this new system of the haves and have-nots, there's going to be a lot more have-nots than haves. And if you're not getting on the right side of this, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And these people who continue to gamble and believe that nothing bad can happen, these are the people who are going to get absolutely smoked. So be careful out there. Talk to all of you very, very soon. God bless. Again, thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Take care.